growers, I have been doing some awesome things with our compost. If y'all know, we've been having some maggots in there, and I'm kind of getting to a point where it's getting a little bit colder in the season. I want the maggots to go away, so I want to show you guys some of that. First of all, hi to all the new people out there. My name's Lane Fornerat, aka Lane Vids. We are establishing a food forest in our backyard, so if you're interested in that, you might want to consider clicking that subscribe button, hit the bell, and I'm going to start doing live streams, I think, about our food forest, so that'll be interesting. So this right here is our composter. This is a Yimby tumbling composter. I'll link it up down in the description below if you guys want to check it out. It is the cheapest tumbling composter that's worth anything on Amazon. So y'all go and check that out if y'all are interested in starting in composting. But what we have here is a double chamber composter. What I have been doing recently is just putting food scraps in here with nothing else in there, and I've been letting it break down, and maggots have come to it, and I'm okay with that because maggots are awesome decomposers. The problem is that it's starting to get cool, and the bin was starting to get full, so I added a ton of pieces of cardboard. I don't know if y'all can see that. Just little pieces I shredded it up in the shredder, the paper shredder. If y'all need a paper shredder, I'll link it up down in the description below. And I just like literally filled this thing with cardboard, and y'all can see there, man, it's really come down. I'm surprised by how far down that has come compact. I mean, I had this thing full to the max with cardboard. That is amazing. You can see some of the maggots are kind of congregating over here. I wonder if they're eating on something right there. But just super cool to see how fast this has come down. Let's take a look at the other side. I added a little bit to this side, not as much, and you can see how it's not as composted, and I haven't put any food on this side. This has strictly been grass clippings, and then I put some of this this paper in there. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that as well. But this breakdown is looking good right here. I'm excited about this. I think we need to give this thing a little tumble. Y'all want to tumble it? Let's see if I can do this one-handed. It's getting heavy now. There we go. Oh, I also want to show y'all my my worm tube that I started it a while back, and then I just realized that I had a good use for it. So let me just spin this thing a bit. Get those maggots on a roller coaster in there. I want to open it up. Let's see what we got. So you can see how a lot of them kind of come to the front and whatnot. So super cool. I'm kind of curious to see if the maggots are going to stay or leave with all the browns in there. And I might start putting food over on this side to see if any of them migrate over that way. That'll be kind of interesting as well. So I mentioned in the previous video about composting that we have this leachate down here, is what Jerry told me it's called. And this stuff is supposed to be really good, he was telling me, for your like the best area to use it is in your compost pile. And we have a compost pile over there, and so I've been putting it in that area. I can't really say that I've noticed anything, you know, new growth or anything like that. I should go dig over there and see if there's some worms soon. But I wanted to try this time and put some of it into the this thing's nasty, into the worm tube that I talked to you guys about. So a worm tube is basically you dig a hole in the ground and you get a bucket and you drill a whole bunch of holes in that bucket, and then whenever you drill the holes in the bucket, you stick the bucket into the earth, and then the worms can go into the bucket. It's been raining a lot, so I don't know how full it is with water. That'll be kind of interesting. But this is the bucket right here. I put this plate on top just to kind of hold everything down. And we have avocado. Man, that's been in there forever. This stuff takes forever to decompose. I'm kind of amazed by that avocado shell. But this is the basics of it. And like I said, I haven't really put anything in here, so I think I want to add some of this. I'm not going to put it all, but some of this leachate into here. And hopefully that'll attract some worms. I don't know how much to put. I mean, I guess it's going down into the earth. I'm kind of curious to see if it goes down. We'll put that in there and we'll see what happens. We're going to check out this. I bet we'll get a lot of grass growth around here because that's going to, oh man, that does not smell the best either. This part broke on there. I need to fix that and get a new one. And then we'll go bring the rest of it over to the compost pile over here, which is kind of the area where we put a lot of the dead or fallen plants, like our big sunflowers that came down, if y'all remember from a few videos back, those huge sunflowers that we had. And we got, it looks like whatever this is right here, I think that's a potato. It kind of looks potato-ish, but it seems to be growing. See, we throw big things like watermelon in there and whatnot. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens here. And I'm going to add all of this. Let's put some of this on top of here. Yuck! And then we'll throw some back out over here as well. Don't have much left. It's been raining a lot over here, so this is like that leachate stuff with a bunch of rain in there, because I think rain gets underneath where the worm bin is. Oh, I also have to show you guys the melons that we noticed the other day. Super cool, because we've been waiting for a long time to get some of these melons in, and it looks like they're finally starting to produce, which is super cool. All right, put the bucket back. I don't know if y'all know this, we have a rain barrel as well, and it just collects water from the roof, and we can wash our hands or whatever we want to use, just some dirty water for watering the lawn and whatnot, but it comes down the spout and whatnot. Another addition to the rain that I never showed you guys in our food forest. You basically collect rain from the roof. It comes down through here, goes into here. If it gets too full, it pumps it out through here and goes down underground out over there. So something that I don't think I've ever shared with you guys. If you guys want to check out a rain barrel, I'll link up some down in the description below. You guys can go and look into that a little bit more. That's a great way to get some good water, good clean water, or I guess clean from the sky water, whatever. Let's go look at what we got in the food forest today. So as I mentioned, we have some melons. Now, these are new melons. Y'all saw that we had those older Tom Rom melons, or whatever the heck they're called. And those, I'll show y'all those real quick. We still got a couple of them here. There's this guy right here. Just kind of letting him sit. Oh, it looks like something penetrated that one. Man, that sucks. And then those, we never tasted one if y'all watched the last video, because we weren't sure about it. But over here, we have planted these, and we didn't think that anything was going to happen because we hadn't seen anything for so long. But check this out, we got a little tiny watermelon there, and that's so exciting to see. I was so happy to finally see some growth on this thing. And then look over here, we have another one right here, which is super duper exciting. And I think Krista said there might be another one over here somewhere. Yeah, look right here. Ooh, it's the big one too. That looks bigger. Check that out. Super duper cool, love it. Awesome. Good to see some growth coming from there. This is a blueberry bush. It's kind of dormant right now, so we're just kind of letting that do its thing. This is that sunflower that we recently did a video about, and this sunflower, it had all the heads on it, but it's starting to droop down, and they're not looking too pretty anymore. But let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to say 8 of the heads opened up, which is super awesome. Very excited to see that. And then check this out. Look at these peppers. I told you all, it's pepper season now, it seems. We got this big giant thing right there. There's another one growing right there. Love seeing that life. The tomatoes, I think they're getting too much sun right here now. And this one has been doing all right, but a lot of the other ones kind of fell off the bandwagon here, and we kind of pulled up some stuff back there. Now, I gotta say though, this tomato right here, I think it's a Floridade tomato. It has been growing, so I think it needed a little bit more of the sun and whatnot. And we got a lot of rain recently, that might be helping as well. I don't see any growth on it yet as far as tomatoes, but I've just noticed that this plant has really started to take off. So that's super cool. And then we also have this comfrey right here, which is bringing a lot of insects and pollinators into the area, and it started flowering and whatnot. So that is awesome as well. Very excited to have more bugs come in here so they can help pollinate the area. Let's see, let's go take a look at the fruit trees over here. As y'all know, we have that lone orange, the Lone Ranger. Let's see if he's still on there. I haven't really checked on him in a week or so. Oh yeah, he's there. He looks like he got bigger. Look, did that guy get bigger? I can't tell. I can't tell if that's bigger or not. I'm looking for some other ones on here, but I don't see any right now. It's the lone fruit. So that's the orange tree right there. There's also a lemon tree stump right there that never did anything. We're gonna kind of have to watch that and see where it goes. And then we also have our grapevine right here. Oh, it looks like something's climbing on top of it. This isn't grapevine right here. This looks like Virginia creeper. Might need to get rid of that so it doesn't strangle out the grapevine. But I think it's going to take a good year for this thing to really get going. We'll have to kind of watch that over time and see what happens there. We got another, I can never remember these two trees. One's a plum, one's a mayhaw. But this one, Yeah, it's doing all right. It's got some good leaf action on there. The compost, the wood chips that we put around it looks good. We're just kind of letting that one grow up. Back over here to the compost pile. We still got that thing over there. I never figured out what kind of tree that was. I'm just kind of waiting for it to surprise me. We'll see. I think that's potato, and then we got a bunch of sprouts over here. This might just be weed. I don't know. I should probably come and cover all that up with some grass clippings or something. And then we also have a pineapple top here. This is always fun. If you ever take a pineapple and you cut the top off of it, put it into your compost. It'll start to grow. It's not going to actually make a pineapple, I don't think, but it does grow, the leaves and whatnot, which is fun. This is the other tree right here. This tree's doing great for our food forest, and I'm really liking this one. I think hopefully next year, maybe we can plant something vining at the bottom here, and it can use the tree as a trellis. I think that might be a good use of it, but I'm really seeing a lot more leaves on this thing, a lot more greenery, so I'm very excited about that, and this thing's getting taller. This thing used to be a small stick in the ground right about there, so this is very cool to see. I really, really like that. Let's see, let's go back around over to the trash heap and we'll see what's happening over there. Pass by our composter right there. Go check that out. I'm thinking about getting another composter just to kind of test out another type of composter, to see how it performs next to that one. That'll be really interesting. So this is the cowpeas right here. We have not been picking these things. We have so many of them. Look at all these bugs. Oh, wow. I think those are assassin bugs right there, something like that. Maybe some kind of stink bug. That is cool looking. But again, like I was saying earlier, we get so much life in this food forest now that we actually started to get some stuff going here. I don't care about these bugs. We're probably not going to pick these. I really like how this thing kind of takes over, and it does produce a lot of these peas if we do want to get some of those peas. So that's super cool. We also have, this is some kind of melon here. I don't know what kind it was. It never grew anything, so we're kind of just waiting on that to see if anything actually happens there. Trash heap has been doing awesome though. So I don't know if y'all know the backstory on this, but we basically took cardboard, laid it down, cardboard and newspaper, then we put down a layer of leaves, as much as we could find, and then we just manhandled the dirt, the wood chips on top. I can't remember if this was some of the original leaves right here or not, but the leaves, they mulch down, and that's what creates a lot of the fungus that we've been seeing in here. See, look, we got some mushrooms right there and right there. And so it's really helping to break down that soil to give this spot a good foundation so that next year, this thing is gonna just explode. And I'm so excited to see what kind of growth we get from that thing. As you can see, the soil has to be very fertile to get all this stuff growing. We didn't know what was gonna happen here, and all of a sudden the thing just exploded on us, and we're actually getting some fruit out of there, some vegetables out of it. A couple of tomatoes right there. Krista went through and picked the other day. I'm trying to see if there's any, look, there's another one right there. San Marzano, and then, I'm trying to see. I think yesterday Krista came and picked through, so there's not that much left in here. Oh, look, some acorns. Might be growing an oak tree in there. Trying to see if there's anything over here. I don't see anything. But we've just been getting so much from this. Like the other side of the garden that had died, the tomatoes over there, this basically took its place. So all those tomatoes that y'all saw in the bowl earlier, which I'll show you guys again if y'all missed it on the original live stream, they all came from there, and that's just been awesome. Again, another pepper plant here, They've been shooting up, definitely getting into pepper season. Looks like we got flower action there. That's exciting. And then this is a passion vine right here. We haven't seen that much fruit on it lately, and they haven't really been getting very big, the ones that we do see. There are some beautiful peppers right here. Again, these small ones. And then we have these green ones right here, which is very awesome. Another one right there. Look, there's another nice tomato right there, looking good. All kind of growth. These are, again, this area is also just rocking with the tomatoes right here. Really pleased with how well this strip has done. Look, here's some more right here. The San Marzano. Another San Marzano right there. And then here's another pepper plant right here. This thing is getting really tall. And I'm very excited to see, especially once this thing gets over the fence here, to see if the sunlight will really help it to grow even taller. So that's really exciting right there. Coming out of the gate, we're stepping into a spider web. We have growing through the fence here. We got some peppers right there. They're getting good sun now that they're through the fence. And then I don't know what this is right here. This looks like a vine of some sort. Where did that come from? And this, I'm not too sure what this is. This might be an old tree or something that's growing in there. We need to come clean this thing out probably. This is the midget tomatoes. These are the best tomatoes that we have in the garden, hands down. We picked a ton yesterday, and so there's not too many left on here right now, but as you can see, they're still growing. See those green ones right there? These things, it never stopped. These really, they never stopped, which is awesome. And then we also have some other tomatoes down here, another San Marzano, lots of spider webs in this area too. And this is gonna be a pepper plant right there if it can grow up enough. We'll hopefully get some good peppers from that as well. Coming around on the other side of the fence here, we have a little tomato growing out through there. All of this is tomato, and then even on the other side here, all down here is tomato, which is super exciting to see. Last but not least, we have our apple trees. Let's go talk about the apple trees. Y'all ready for this? So we come on over here and we have this apple tree. This apple tree is actually doing all right. It's started to get these brown spots on there and I don't really know what that is. I do want to come through and prune this thing right here and right here. Maybe next video, if y'all remind me, we can do that. I'll have my pruners ready. But I don't know, I'm kind of curious about these spots here and what's going on with that. Oh, the blueberry bush that we planted also recently, a couple weeks ago. That's actually looking really nice. I really like the color of the leaves and it seems to be doing all right. We'll have to kind of watch that throughout the growing, you know, the fall season. And then a couple of, this tomato came up right here. It's kind of just drooping over to the side. I'm not too sure what it's doing. And then there's some, we need to get in here and do some weeding over there. And then the other apple tree that we have is this guy right over here. And still this guy is just, he's looking kind of dead. Maybe I just need to prune him back a little bit in a few spots and we'll kind of see maybe if next spring this thing kind of comes to life, but it's just not looking that great, which is a bummer because we paid for it. And I was really hoping to cross-pollinate this apple tree with that apple tree over there. And this is the other blueberry bush. Talking about cross-pollination, this one should help that one thrive over there, which we would very excited about. Hopefully we get some good blueberries from that in the coming years. And then our mint is actually coming back. For a long time, the mint has just been so, it hadn't really produced. And all of a sudden, within the past month or so, it's just like, bam, I'm gonna come on through. So it came through. I think we got some cilantro there. There was some parsley over here somewhere. I can't remember where. It may have been gone by now. And then a little rock thing, that's still doing good there too. Put that in recently. So that is, I think, everything that we got going on here. If you guys are liking these food forest videos, make sure to click that subscribe button because we believe in growing your own food and having the healthiest food available to you if you guys can make it happen. And if you guys want to check out some of the things that we have used to create our food forest, I'll link it up down in the description below and you guys can go and check out some of that. If you guys like travel videos, you might want to check out our second channel, the Travel Vlog Family, where we believe in building a stronger family bond through travel. Thank you guys for watching, and what do we say? Keep planting plants and keep composting and growing stuff and composting stuff, something like that. I think.